The Winter 23 anime lineup has been officially dubbed by yours truly as the season of rom-coms, with a dash of shonen in there no doubt. There is a nice trio of romances that sit on the top of the popularity this quarter, but this one in particular stands out to me with its humor and heightened energy. It seems that not all my friends are on board with this one, but let me tell you, by the time we're done here, you'll have bought in if you haven't already, which you should be. Have you been keeping up with your watch list? I gotta make sure your IV's still dripping new series. I can't have you burn out on me now. Most romance series centralized around a female tend to have a protag that's kind, pure, and all that other stuff, but not this one. Tomo is more warrior than princess. She's been exiled from the female athletics for the safety of everyone involved, and despite this, beats the ass of any man with the balls to stand before her. So she's cool, which makes girls around her question their inner desires. And it's here that Tomo runs into some problems. As it turns out, she's so powerful that her childhood best friend, who she's caught the feels for, you see where this is going, doesn't see her as a girl. He's all buddy-buddy with her, doing sporty things like bro hugging, bare knuckle brawls, and smacking each other's ass. That one never quite made sense to me in high school. The obvious conclusion to arrive at here is that all she's gotta do is make him see her for all that she is. That being Tomo-chan as a girl. Cute title. But hold your horses, lads. What may have seemed simple at first is not so. There are many layers to this onion that is their very complicated relationship, which isn't as far-fetched as some other shows I've seen. Growing up with someone you would backyard brawl with and have competed against for years can make it hard to move from being great friends to now lovers. There's that fear of losing what you already have, but there's also a tension building from your intuition saying something has to change if you would want to be together forever. So yeah, you gotta tone down this and tone up this. But realistically, who am I to talk? Search for your own path. Make your own rules. It's love. No one fucking understands. You understand the main draw of the show now, obviously, but there is more to it than just boy and girl figure out how to navigate feelings. We have a plethora of support characters, and high quality ones at that. Mizusu is a wonderful sadist with eerie similarities to a certain 20-year-old actor that everyone seems to fawn over now. Carol, the empty-headed rich girl who, despite her hollow exterior, actually does have rich character. Great pun. There's also friendly senpai, this goober who I can't remember his name, sorry dude, and Tomo's crew of girls who look up to her as their heartthrob. Together, this group of loosely connected people navigate various treacherous tasks like dodgeball tournaments, running a school marathon, which the states should adapt this, her first part-time job, fighting off delinquent gangs that are overly confident, and lastly, the most difficult of all, attempting to turn a tomboy into a prim and proper feminine lady. In regard to the latter one, some of you might know that it's hard to be something you're not. Case in point in this show. The idea that Tomo needs to change to make June interested is a misguided attempt at reading his character. My boy is just very self-conscious of his own ability, and you know, he also mistook her for a guy until they were 13. Now that one's on you, Chief. There's no doubt that June boy is interested, he just doesn't feel quite worthy yet, and so we most likely must wait at least several seasons to get there. Now my limit is 3 before I call in the fanfic writers to get this job done, but after my one experience with them, I'd rather not have to resort to such extreme measures. To add some more necessary background to June boy and Tomo's relationship, these two have been mastering karate for years. Tomo's pop, who kinda looks like Mishima from Tekken now that I think about it, runs a dojo which is located in the back of their pretty cool house. Look at this thing. It's safe to say I'm a fan. This architecture is enough to pull me in, plus the dojo with Tekken's Mishima to teach me the way of the fist. Sign me up. Tomo's parents have a rather unique relationship. It seems that despite being married for however many years, Goro still has so many butterflies in his big old tummy when it comes to his wife that one single touch from Akemi will make him faint like a fangirl who just got whipped in the face with a sweaty t-shirt from teenage heartthrob Nick Jonas of the Jonas Brothers. June boy is not above these reactions either though. Going to the beach with Tomo took more mental and physical willpower from him than fighting a squad of egotistical delinquents. Some of you may think that June boy is just not ready for the complicated and difficult to navigate process that comes with joining together as a romantic duo, but our lad has showcased he is not above this relationship process, as back in middle school during a rather low period of his life, if I must say so myself. Middle school can be quite the emotional drag. He decided to date the anime interpretation of Jenny Ortega. What was made obvious from this unique experience was how much he loves Tomo and how little a chance he has with having a relationship with any other girl. Most girls aren't into 20-mile bike rides in 90-degree heat, June. I'm sorry. Feel free to hit me up though. I think we could make things work. One special event I want to take a gander at here is one of my favorites, and with its inclusion in Spy Family as well, it might be on track to become a new anime trend. The event in question here is none other than the dodgeball episode. Just like how Anya had to take on my homie Big Papa, Junbo and Tomo must fight the Titan Judo champion, Daddy. In any of my attempts to Dragon Ball style power scale these two, I fail miserably. One is an 8-year-old child with the strength of a small gorilla. The other is a 16-year-old that can stand against 2 individuals with the power of Greek gods. Now for me personally, the real headliner in this tournament would be a match between these two. So yeah, ball dodge tournament, funny. My little monkey brain, enjoy. Okay. Speaking of monkeys and their brains, Carol here is on the same page. That was a horrible transition. What takes the cake for me here, and the little man in my head who decides what's funny, is Carol's inability for any rational thought, but perfect preparation for specific scenarios that would seem out of her wheelhouse of thought. A perfect example here would be her expertly timed taser play that would surely win her play of the game in any given turn. Nothing says I'm a cute and innocent girl like a 50,000 volt taser. Now I bring up Carol specifically, but this applies to all the characters. While at first they may seem a little one-dimensional or tropey, each one of them has their own development and background given for their choice of actions. It's one thing that made me favor this show over some other rom-coms I've seen in the past. Some just don't take the time to outline why they act like their specific trope and don't let them move outside the walls that the tropes create. But when it comes to Tomo-chan is not just a girl, we have some A-tier progression and character. Well done, Fumita. It seems like your only normal non-smutty series though, so I will be stopping my exploration into your work here. Looking at this show from a broad perspective, for me it takes the cake for the best of the season. Before you attempt to crucify me for the sins of the words I just uttered, no, I'm not saying critically it's the best of the season. Vinland Saga, AOT stance, you guys can fight over the crown. I'll just be sitting over here. When I watch shows or movies or anime, whatever the content might be, I don't decide whether something was good or bad solely off of critical aspect. Not everything I watch needs to be an Infinity War level production or a deeply depressing narrative Blade Runner. Sometimes I just want to watch a cocaine-infused bear go on a rampage. The movie was actually terrible. That was a bad example. In anime terms, sometimes I want to watch a Code Geass. Other times I'm craving the lack of sanity from Domestic Girlfriend. Now Tomo-chan falls somewhere in between. We're not breaking boundaries here and making the holy grail of anime, but I'm getting a well put together character-driven romantic comedy that I'm sorry, I did actually laugh at. I've gotten flamed before because I laugh at jokes in anime and then everyone just kind of stares at me like I'm an idiot for letting out a little chuckle. I can't help it, guys. I yield. Today you'll be finding not just another rom-com to add to your ever-expanding planning list that you probably will never touch, but you're getting a rom-com that's Sock Sensei humor approved. Trust me, guys. You'll laugh, I swear. Now go watch it. Check Patreon. Lots of cool updates there. I love you guys. Jane.